So let's dive in and analyze what is going on, ladies and gentlemen. Crypto Kirby here, your cryptocurrency expert, back with another addition to it. Now, if you are subscribed to this channel, then you would know on my last stream, I was pointing out how seeing Bitcoin dump after reaching a new all-time high was so concerning to me, because what happens after you reach a new all-time high? The media gets involved, noobs in the market get all excited. This is it, Kirby. I'm going to the moon. I need to buy more. They start to FOMO in, right? Buy. And what does that do, right? That creates liquidity in the market, buy-side liquidity. And what does that allow for a whale to do? Sell into that buy liquidity. Because for large holders in this market, ladies and gentlemen, the order books can get quite thin. And when order books are thin, this is what you see when somebody decides to sell. All right. And whales don't want this to happen to them, right? If you are holding large amounts of Bitcoin, you'd like to sell into an area where the buyers can absorb your sell so that you get out at the highest price possible. When this type of action occurs here and you get a waterfall, an avalanche, this is bad for the seller. Sure, they still were able to get out, but they didn't get out at a solid price point, right? Maybe this whale said, I'd like to get out here at 53K, but they wound up selling all the way down towards 42K. And as large as the cryptocurrency market is, this still is really a pretty illiquid market. I know that may sound crazy to some of you. Well, Kirby, there's billions of dollars, trillions of dollars traded. I mean, sure, to an extent. How much of that could be wash trading? I've seen articles suggesting it could be quite a lot. How much of it is actually spot versus derivatives? Quite a lot. At times like these, when we see flash crashes in the market, it becomes obvious that there are still liquidity issues inside this space. And the reason why we saw this occur here, in my opinion, is because this red box range here looks very similar to this green box range down here where we found support last time, right? Multi-month resistance range. Once broken through, flipped into new support upon backtest. Look over here, folks. All of this confluence back in early 2021. Then it was our massive resistance before a pretty deep correction. Then upon the backtest, we bumped up. Now we dropped down. And look, I mean, you just can't make this stuff up, folks. Ding, ding, ding. Chicken wings for dinner. So if you're vegan. We even saw a little bit of false support built here. Now, this, especially the last several days here before we saw this absolutely heinous dump, we did start to see several days in a row of green candles here, right? People were getting more comfortable stacking buy orders and just in general buying Bitcoin around this range, saying, hey, all of this prior confluence here, it looks very similar to what was going on down there. Yeah, I feel comfortable here. So what does this do for the whale who's looking for liquidity to dump into? It gives them that liquidity to dump into. Let's get this crypto. But obviously, folks, they had too much to sell here, right? Too much. And it dropped this price deep down into the crypto abyss. Luckily, we did find at least temporary support here once again at the top end of my green box down in the 42K range. But what we have to understand here now, ladies and gentlemen, is that this market is in a vulnerable spot. We've seen Bitcoin right now fall below this upward sloping support line of this triangular pennant formation, which, folks, I hate to say it, it's possible that this could be one gigantic rising wedge pattern here, that Bitcoin has broken the trend line. And if we do continue now to see this area that could have acted as support but failed act as resistance once again, folks, this to me is an absolute warning shot fired. It just is what it is, right? I'm just letting it be known that there are several bearish things that could occur here now, right? Already we've lost the trend line. So now upon this bounce, if we start to see this area between 51K and 53K act as resistance, that's a second warning shot. And also here, folks, don't discredit the fact that we could be seeing a gigantic potential bearish head and shoulders forming here as well, with the shoulder here, the right shoulder, possibly being right on this red box range, which I've had outlined on my chart here for quite some time. Let's get this crypto. Now, if you are enjoying the reality of this stream, folks, no huff and puff, hullabaloo, moonboy, garbaggio, well, welcome to the channel. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button, then subscribe, tick the little bell, and select all so you don't miss any more of these updates, all right? Welcome to the channel. And just for fun here, I mean, the Moon Boys are probably going to lose their whatever right now when I show this. If this were to wind up playing out as a bearish head and shoulders here, still far too early to even speculate that that is what's going to happen. I'm just stating that the measured move here would be from the bottom there to the top there. If we were to break the neckline, folks, I'm just showing you that the target for that type of pattern would be all the way back down here in this green box range, which for me is between 14,000 and 11,000 USD. Let's get this crypto. Not saying that's a target. Of course, you'll have the people pointing the finger. Kirby called for 11,000 USD. I'm not calling anything. I'm showing you what's on the chart in front of us. Take that for what you will. Let's get this crypto. And right now we are still seeing the US dollar index, the DXY, absolutely tear it up, folks. Wow. I mean, this bullish W pattern, which I've been pointing out for months on this channel, is playing out apparently to a T right now. And we're just seeing this thing continue to rip. We're also seeing weakness in equity markets across the globe. If we just take a quick look here at the S&P 500 chart, you can see that this upward sloping trend line here has been broken. Of course, this has been broken in the past and has continued to rip. I'm just stating that we have seen sustained weakness here. The dollar is continuing to rise in strength, at least the US dollar index, the DXY. Right now, equities are tumbling, Bitcoin is tumbling. And if this whale or whales taking advantage of this liquidity zone is any forecast of what could potentially be to come in the future, all of this mixed together, folks, mixed up in the pot, to me is an absolute warning shot fired. And I hope you understand why, right? I'm not sitting here trying to FUD. This guy, he always just comes on and posts a video when it's bearish. Well, Stunad, there's really not been much to talk about here, right? In this chop, what do you want me to do? Create a video every day and say the same thing? Nothing new today, folks. Nothing new today, folks. Nothing new today, folks. Sometimes I think it's best to only post a video when it's relevant to be posted. The last time I posted, I said, watch out, because we saw the whale up here take advantage of the liquidity, and we could possibly see him do it again right here. And what do you know, folks? Whoopsies, chutes and ladders, the thing dropped deep down into the crypto abyss when the whale took advantage of that liquidity. Let's get this crypto. I'm fired up here. There's really not much else to talk about. I mean, right now, we have to be very, very wary here, folks, of the fact that this range could become new resistance. And if that does, strap yourselves in, because we are going to have some crazy action in this market, in my opinion. I will be here day in and day out with the streams. As I said, if you're not already, make sure that you hit that thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button, tick the little bell, and select all right now so you do not miss any more of these when I upload, okay?